Ability cost modifier is decreased in serfdom, obviously, but the morale of armies suffers greatly, and spy defense goes down, and every technology costs more, so that always sucks. Galley cost is less, but galleys suck. Infantry cost is much lower, obviously, since they're all serfs. They're probably not going to even protest it. Well, maybe they will, but our government won't really care about it because they'll probably be forcing them into service anyway, considering that's how a lot of feudal monarchies worked in the past. And free subjects helps enormously. Having +5 in free subjects is like having a democracy, practically. All the people have enormous amounts of freedom to do as they will, and thus technology flourishes enormously. And your morale of your armies is much higher than it would be under a serfdom, because your people believe they're actually fighting for things they believe in, and not just to go back and die on a little plot of land that a bunch of lords are forcing you to work. Oh, and by the way, they sometimes take your land. They can beat you at will and kill you if they want to. So yeah, it's pretty awful being a serf in medieval Europe. Everything else, it can sort of wait. Mercantilism versus free trade. I know this really sounds sucky, because honestly, I'd rather be trading right now than not, but I'm actually going to keep away from trading at this point, because every single time I've tried to trade, even on the easiest difficulties Bavaria, you simply cannot beat them. They will compete you out of existence. You cannot make any money from trading as Bavaria, unless you have +5 in free trade and every conceivable thing research that gives you better compete chance against the other merchants. So, we're just going to stay away from free trade and try to get free subjects all the way up to +5, and that'll help me immensely. So that's probably the greatest thing you can do. Centralization is also extremely good. It can help you enormously, like giving you simply a more efficient economy, more efficient government, more efficient spy defense, and so forth. So yeah, centralization is also a good one to get. Aristocracy, plutocracy, they sort of give you bonuses in either one. I think I like the ones in plutocracy better. Actually, aristocracy isn't very good, but it's okay. I mean, I don't know. Serfdom sucks. Free subjects is a great thing to have. Narrow-minded is okay. It actually gives you a lot of bonuses, but technology costs like hell whenever you have huge and narrow-minded. But when you go over to innovative, only technology is bonused. Everything else sucks. So that means the Pope will start to hate you because you're supposedly spreading dangerous ideas, which are obviously dangerous to him and to no one else, because you're trying to be innovative in the way your government works and society works. So mercantilism means that your government controls all the trade and nothing goes that the merchants may want to do. Free trade means, well, the merchants are free to do as they will, which obviously can help you greatly in foreign markets, but can make it so that it's hard for you to compete in your own markets. So that's how it goes. I'm going to leave it mercantilist because I hope to get in a center of trade in Franken or some other place to give me a lot of gold each month. Offensive is more important if you want to go on the offensive. Defensive is more important if you want to go on the defensive. I like going offensive because that just helps greatly. Like, you get more leader shock and more morale. If you go defensive, all you really get is just more siege and more defense and artillery costs. That's all you really get. It's not very good to get defensive. Land is a good thing to have versus naval. Most of the stuff you're going to be doing in this game, honestly, is on land. It's not going to be sea. I mean, being a naval power is stupid, frankly. I mean, basically, all you really want to do when it comes to the Navy is just build a large amount of ships, put it in one big fleet, and hire a good admiral, and that's it. That's all you really want to do with it. And obviously, you're going to have to use them to explore, but obviously, land battles are much, 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 much more important than naval battles when it comes down to it, because land battles determine whether or not you can actually fucking take something over. I mean, naval can help you, like with naval provinces like Venice that have to be accessed from the sea, but, you know, it's just, it's just much more important to have an emphasis on land than naval. Obviously, neglecting naval is like saying, okay, I'm going to conquer all of continental Europe, but nothing else. So I'm just gonna leave it how it is. Quantity is not very good to have, though. It does decrease the cost of your infantry, and it does, increase the manpower modifier quite a bit, as well as the reinforced speed. Well, look at what it does. When you have quality, not only do you get more leader fire and more discipline, which makes it so that your morale doesn't drop like a fucking rock, which determines how long your troops are going to last. Having quality troops means that your armies are better. They're not as numerous, but they're better, i.e. the Swedish versus the early Russian armies during the Great Northern War. So, respectively, I might add. So, that's all there is to basically the government, form of government and so forth. And here we are in the leaders. Army tradition is 0%, discipline is 100%, that's good. That's okay, I think every army is that way. It doesn't usually increase, but it's always better when you have it at higher, because I think discipline means, let's see here. Tactics, leadership, morale, and equipment are all important balance. However, so too was the discipline of the troops. Steady troops that could hold their formation despite the punishment of the enemy would prove much more effective in combat. I think that basically means how well your morale will not drop. So I think discipline means how long your troops hold on to their morale. I think that's basically what it means. So yeah, army tradition, navy tradition, that's how well you can recruit good advisors and generals. And you can recruit generals, admirals, conquistadors, explorers, convert your ruler to general. It's just a stupid decision. I already talked about this, basically, a bunch of cultural decisions, that's all. And then here we have the government decisions, and the mission, which is pretty important. So, can't really do anything, and not really anywhere near making any new national decisions, so without further ado, I bring you to EU3. Oh my god, 4 different countries want an alliance with me. Ferrara, that's a little Italian country down here. I can't remember which one it is. Oh yeah, that one, labeled Ferrara. A lot of these countries actually are labeled what they are. Like Ferrara is Ferrara, Ansbach is Ansbach, so forth. So Thuringia also wants an alliance. They're the country up here. That's good. Wow, Pomerania wants an alliance too. That's awesome. They're the country up here. And Hungary. Oh, awesome, Hungary. They almost never help me, but it's always nice to have Hungary on your side because they can help you to go against Bohemia, and they can put you on more friendly terms with the Austrians, because the Austrians and the Hungarians are sort of allied with each other unofficially. So it's sort of good to have an alliance with the Hungarians or Austrians. I wish I got an alliance with Ulm. That would help me greatly. Or Württemberg. Or Baden. But either way, at least no one's declared war on me. Oh shit, now Anhalt's at war with me. Hey, I could do a call to arms on Thuringia. Oh, okay. Awesome. So now that Thuringia is allied with me... Oh, France... What the fuck? Okay, riddle me this, Batman. How the fuck could France, from all the way over here, discover Japan just in 1 month? Seriously. My god, that is amazing. Oh, Lüneburg's at war with me. Great, this is awesome. All these fucking territories that aren't even near me are declaring war on me. This is awesome. Now I can just do whatever I want. Yes, and wait a second. I gotta take the sound down a lot. That is way too fucking loud. Okay. Still pretty loud. Let me change that again. Still loud. Guess I ought to do master volume too. Seems like it's not changing at all. That's way too soft. I don't want that. shit, did the sound... Oh, now the sound's really low. That's way too loud. Okay, that's good enough. Alright, so, the way sieges work in this game is you send a guy into a territory, you have to have infantry in order to siege. Well, actually, you don't need infantry to siege, but you need infantry to assault. And cannons can help you greatly in the assault. Cavalry don't mean anything, they just help you in battles. So, when a siege happens, when you have no enemy troops in a place, even though he's building some, that means they're building troops. When a siege happens, basically, you try to force the defenders out. So, you can either assault them at first, which I would obviously lose, because this is a bunch of guys running it at a fort, and they're all on the walls, and I have no real siege engines to destroy the stone walls, so... Yeah, this city is going to have to be destroyed by a war of attrition. So there's two main ways of taking over a place. No, I'm not going to enter your trade league. There's two main ways to... Oh, fuck, Anhalt's destroying Thuringia. God damn it, you idiots. You shouldn't have joined up your fucking armies. Why the hell are you helping me in the goddamn siege if you're getting destroyed? Sometimes the fucking AI is totally schizophrenic and they do whatever they want, but usually it's just completely stupid. Oh, and by the way, when units are created, they have no morale. So the idea that he's building units here is a little bit stupid. Yeah, 7 men he's killing for every 55 of his. Not very smart. Apparently Württemberg has a bunch of rebels in their territory. Particularists. I still don't figure out who the hell they are. I guess it must be... They must be, like, trying to find some sort of balance with the sliders or something. Yeah, we call... in Hearts of Iron and EU3 lingo, we call these sliders. This basically means, you slide the stuff and it changes the stuff. That's basically how it works, Great. Anhalt is just completely destroying Thuringia. Yes, little Anhalt up here. One province Anhalt is destroying 2 province Thuringia. I know, it's a little bit ridiculous. Oh, great. Corruption, I hate that one. Fuck, now my stability's -1. Well, at least my inflation didn't go up. That's good. Okay, Thuringia, you really suck. I don't know. Oh, they got more men. That's good. And he's even got more money coming out from here. Okay, Anhalt isn't winning. Good. So that means I can pursue my war with... Wow, this city's gonna go away pretty soon. Yeah, basically, how many buildings are burning within the city in this little indicator here means how well the city's doing. In terms of how well it's resisting your attacks. So every day your troops will try to make an attack, and they'll try to decrease the stability of the defenses, the city, and the as well as the people's morale. So the defenders' morale is shown here, and if it's really low, then that means that they're not doing so well. And it says that they'll surrender at any day now, and that's probably true because every single city and every single town in their city is burning in the indicator. So that means that they're really going down in terms of how well they're doing. So should have this territory within the year. I'm not going to try an assault right now as the walls have not even been destroyed. Oh, awesome! Thuringia is going up to Anhalt. Ah! They just surrendered. Okay. So let's check what troops they have. Another war indicator here. They have... how many? Oh, fuck, you can't see what they have themselves. Oh, wait. No, that's just the battles. Okay. Alright, let's get in... Alright, military... wait... Yeah, military axis with, wait, no. Military axis with Ansbach, okay. So I get a military axis with Ansbach that allow them to move my troops through, okay. moving my troops through. I think at this moment I'm going to build up my army too, by the way. I've got a very small army at this point. Yeah, I'm going to build one more halberd infantry too. Oh my god, he has a 6,000 man army. Definitely do not want to attack that. So, I'm going to see if he wants to sue for peace. I only have 33% war score with him, so let's see if he'll accept it. No. It's 34%, but he's resistant anyway, so he's not gonna accept it unless a lot of time has passed or Anhalt is kicked out of the war. So we're just gonna have to wait here. You see, like, he won't even accept that. He won't even accept conceding defeat, even though he's lost one of his territories. So we're just gonna have to wait until he takes over Anhalt, and I get a larger army to hopefully try to take over his home states. You know, that aren't bordering mine, obviously. Ugh. But this is actually working really well, because since no one has basically declared war on me that's near me, that means I'm pretty much unmolested, you know, in my war against the Palatinate. So I'm in a pretty good starting position here. But right now, I've got to wait for Thuringia to take over Anhalt so that I can then get some sort of deal with them, hopefully, and then hopefully take over the Palatinate's Franken territory. So, not Frankenstein, Franken. Oh, Hesse just took over Westfalen. Well, they're occupying it, but Cologne looks pretty weak at this point if they're getting destroyed by Hesse. Actually, Hesse's really powerful. They have 3 territories, and they're pretty big territories, too. Like, one of them's got, like, 12,000 men. Yeah, here's what I don't get. How can little Anhalt of 3,000 people make a 2,000-man army? I mean, that's literally saying that a half of the populace of the entire country is fighting in the war. That's literally what that's saying. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. Okay, they took it over, so now hopefully I can do something here. Oh, even though Thuringia took them over, I now can make a deal with them to vassalize them. Yes. All right, let's vassalize Anhalt. And vassalization is a very, very helpful thing. Not only are they guaranteed to come into wars with you. Ah, excellent, I got a new heir. Let's see how good he is. That's okay. 6 administrative skill, 4 diplomatic skill, and 7 military skill. That's pretty good. Mostly a militaristic king. Which is probably what I want at this point. Alright, so now, this is the huge benefit of a vassal. See? They have 200 relation, because I'm protecting them, that's the whole point. I offer them my protection, they give me some gold. I think that's how it works. So then, since I have 200 relation with them and they're my vassal, they have to come into an alliance with me. So then, I can do a call to arms with them, and they will come to assist me in my war against the Palatinate. So if I do call to arms, they will join the war. So now they're officially in the war with me against the Palatinate and Lüneburg. I'm thinking about actually going up to Lüneburg and maybe making them my vassal. So I'm going to get military access with Brunswick. Okay. And since they're my ally, I can move up there. And then I'll take over Lüneburg the same way. Because no one is helping them other than Palatinate. But I don't think they move troops up there because they're really far away. And usually the AI won't get military access with anybody. And if they're not defending False, then I'll just move down to False and take the Palatinate over. So we'll just do it that way. So at this point, I'm actually doing really well. I'm making a lot of money each year. I'm making I have a pretty large army for how short of a time I've been playing, and everything's going pretty well. Just got my first vassal and my first good ally. You can tell if it's a good ally if they've taken somebody over. That means they're strong enough to actually defend themselves in a fight. That's the exact type of ally you want, which means that they can help you, and they aren't going to get forced out of your alliance if they, have to sue for peace, Well, actually, usually if one of your allies sues for peace, that means they're going to get out of the war and out of your alliance as well. So it's not a good idea to make a lot of really bad allies, like someone as weak as Ferrara or someone as weak as Frankfurt, for example, because they start right next to Hesse and they're an incredibly small territory, so they're going to be guaranteed to be weak. They only have 8,000 people as well, so that makes them even weaker. Unfortunately, when you make vassals, it does increase your infamy, but frankly, I don't give a shit at this point. As long as I'm not decreasing my prestige and increasing my infamy every month with unlawful imperial territory that I don't have a core on, then I'm pretty much fine with what I'm doing. So, without further ado, I will officially go to war with Lüneburg, in the sense that I'm going to go take them over in one turn, practically, if this were a civilization. Alright. Move through Dresden, move through Thuringen, move through Brunswick, and move into Lüneburg, and take them over. Hopefully Lüneburg doesn't have a huge mercenary army, because if they do, this will be a very hard battle, even though I have 7,000 men. Because they probably will hire a gigantic army if they have mercenaries. I don't know why so few of countries declare war on me. Oh, they only have 3,000 men. Well, too bad for them. And they don't even have a oh, they do have a general, but I don't think he's that good.